Hey guys, what's up? I'm here with another Blu-ray DVD comic book VHS collection update, and I've got quite a few things here. Um, where where do I start? I guess I will start with the comic books and action figures miscellaneous. Um, I got a pretty cool find here. I don't know if this is like ultra rare and it's going for really high prices or not, but I got this for about 15 bucks. It is Vampirella issue 0, autographed by the artists, autographed by Joe Castia, Jimmy Palmintoni, and Tom Snigoski, which yeah, these are all various artists and writers for the Vampirella series, and it comes with a certificate of authenticity, and I got number 1089 out of 2500, which I'll be honest, I've never actually read any Vampirella comic books. I don't know much about it. I just found this and I was like, hey, this is numbered and it has a authenticity thing, certificate of authenticity, and Vampirella's always been fucking sexy. Even if I don't know much about her as a character, I know that she is sexy, but using the reflection you can kind of see the number on there in these signatures. But that's very, very cool. And I also bought another one of these. I know some people don't like these because they feel like, oh, these are like the new Funko Pop things. These are like really cheaply made on purpose. And I can kind of understand that, but at least with this one, it's done in a way that's nostalgic. And it's a taxi driver reaction figure, which is basically a series of figures created by the same people that did the Funko Pops that are done in the same style as the old kind of Star Wars action figures from the 70s, and it's meant to be, kind of cool and nostalgic. And it even says on the front, this is an adult collectible, not a toy. And I have a couple of them. I have a Trick or Treat one, and one of Ghostface from Scream hanging above. Well, it's out of frame, but above this. But I'm really happy to get this one. I really like. I mean, as you guys know, Taxi Driver is one of my favorite movies, and Travis Bickle was one of my favorite movie characters. It even comes with the can you guys see the 45 Magnum handgun that he uses. This was the small handgun that he uses in the film, but still, I really like these figures. I guess I will get to the Blu-rays. Not the Blu-rays, but the VHS tapes. I went out to a thrift store and bought a new VCR. For those who don't know, my previous VCR that I had broke. It actually completely broke down and stopped working. And I have a theory as to why. My copy of Hellraiser that I keep in the back here, which is signed by Doug Bradley, I tried to watch this tape when I first bought it, and it wouldn't work for some reason. It was the picture was terrible, and upon doing a bit of research, I found out that tapes can get moldy, and if a tape is moldy, you got to get it out of your house ASAP because it can put mold on your other tapes as well as ruin your VCR. And I believe that is the culprit. I believe the mold is the culprit. So I had to get rid of the actual tape for this one, which kind of pisses me off because as much as I could just like frame this and flatten this and just like put it behind a frame and it would look cool, it's still that wouldn't feel right for me personally. I feel like I need to find a Hellraiser tape that is not moldy to put in it, but still. I found out that I'm pretty sure that's what kind of killed my VCR. But anyway, I bought a new one and it works, so I'm happy. And I grabbed a couple VHS tapes while I was there, some interesting stuff that I had found. First, I got Lake Placid, which I own the second one on DVD. And I checked all these for mold before, buying them. So they're all good. But Lake Placid, I remember watching this one when I was younger. It's been a while. This one, Salem's Lot, which this is... I think this is the... trying to find a runtime on this, but I cannot. 111 minutes. So this is the actual, like, movie cut of Salem's Lot. Not the, like, official 3-hour-long TV miniseries edition of it, but the movie edition, the theatrical cut, as people like to call it. And it's directed by Tobe Hooper, and I've known of this, this one for so long, and I've never actually seen it. And I've been looking forward to seeing it for quite a while. But I got this one for 50 cents, and I'm not mad. I could finally check that one out. I found one called... This one is in, like, near perfect condition. Like, no scuffs, not that many markings. It's not dirty or torn up. It's called Someone Behind the Door, which is... from the back, as soon as I read the first sentence, which is an evil brain surgeon who doubles as an amnesia victim. Who doubles as a amnesia victim's neuropsychiatrist listens as his patient unfolds his fears that he may have committed a murder, but has no definite proof. Like, this combined with this artwork, well, it sounds like a horror film, but apparently it's a drama film featuring Charles Bronson, who was in the Death Wish movies. And finally, I got Natural Born Killers on VHS. I already own this one on DVD, but I really like this movie. I figured, why the hell not get it on VHS? It was only 90 cents, which I hate that the thrift stores do that. They ruin the cover art by writing the price on it. Like, I mean, I can kind of scratch it off, maybe. Look at me, I'm polishing Woody Harrelson's head. Oh, man, no, it's... Just give me a moment. Okay, that's a bit better. And finally, the big shocker. Some people might be surprised to see this, but it's Green Room on VHS. I already own the Blu-ray. It's right here. I don't want to pull it out. But I already own this movie on Blu-ray. And I bought this VHS because I heard somebody had put it on VHS, and I was like, this movie, even if my VCR doesn't work, I just want to own this on VHS. And the sticker, you can put this horror sticker on it, and on the tape itself, it has there will be a 50% charge if this tape is not rewound. You know, very nice, and I'll go ahead and give the company that did this, the guys that did this, proper credit, GelTube Video. And they have a store, as well as an official Facebook page. But they have a store on StoreEnvy, www.geltube.storeenvy.com. Which I'll give them proper credit. This is absolutely just an amazing release. And I watched like the first 20 minutes of it on VHS, and it's great. I mean, I've already seen it before, but you know. Next, we got some other stuff that I got around the same time I got the comic books and stuff. I got Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof, which is probably one of Tarantino's most underrated movies ever, and it's his first attempt at doing a horror film. And I really like this movie. It's kind of it features Kurt Russell in it, and it's kind of a slasher film, kind of about a stuntman who basically kills women using his car, which is a stunt car from old movies, and then uses the insurance money from car accidents he gets in, and then that he uses to kill people, uses that money to fix himself up and fix the car up and go after more women. And honestly, pretty cool little movie. I think it's one of Tarantino's most underrated movies. I got this for like $4. But yeah, very cool. I also have Planet Terror somewhere. I'm not gonna pull it out, but Planet Terror. I also own Planet Terror, so I now have all the Grindhouse movies. and all the Grindhouse double feature movies, and this one, which this has always been a classic horror comedy for me, but Idle Hands, I found it for $3, and I was like, holy shit, I haven't seen Idle Hands in years, and I really like this movie for what it is. It's a silly comedy, but I really like it. And finally, on to the stuff that got into the mail today. I got The Burning Moon on DVD. I already flipped the cover art. The original cover art that they provide for you is interesting looking, but honestly, I prefer the kind of VHS cover of the guy being ripped in half. That looks fucking awesome. I've seen this movie before, and it's a really interesting, very, very violent movie from the guy who did Black Past, as well as Prometheus, Lord of the Living Dead, Olaf Ittenbach, I believe. I got this another release from Blue Underground, the Midnight Movies Mondo triple feature, which, just like the one that I have with Africa, Dido, Goodbye Uncle Tom, and The Godfathers of Mondo, I believe, this is another one of Mondo Cane 2, and Women of the World, which I've only seen the first Mondo Cane. And the first Mondo Cane movie is, it's definitely interesting, but it's nothing special, nothing absolutely amazing. I mean, for the first shockumentary ever, I'll give them credit, but I haven't seen the second one, and I've always been kind of interested in it. And then there's Women of the World, which is like nearly a 2 hour, no, it's like an hour and 40 minutes, but like it has to do with women from all over the world, I guess that's why it's called Women of the World. But the last DVD is from director Alex de la Iglesia, The Last Circus, one of his best films, I personally think, and it's very, very, very funny, very dark, kind of horror, comedy, drama, exploitation film. It's very, very hard to explain what genre this film is exactly. All I will say is it is very grotesque, and I really like it. And I've also seen his other film, Witching and Bitching, which is another one. That one's like nearly 2 hours long, and I also think that one's pretty good. Next, I got Miss 45 on Blu-ray. Always been a big fan of Miss 45. This is probably my favorite Abel Ferrara movie, but comes with a booklet, and I like how with the original cover art that they send this with it being on that side. The original cover art kind of tries to make it out to look like I mean, it still looks like an exploitation film, but it looks a little more artsy. It doesn't look as exploitative, and I really prefer the original poster art, which I have a Miss 45 t-shirt around here somewhere. I got a big ass fucking pile of laundry sitting right behind the camera. But Miss 45 on Blu-ray, I'll have to rewatch that. It's been a few years. And last but most certainly not least, we have Richard Bates Jr.'s film Excision, which I have always been quite a fan of Excision, and it's got cameos from like John Waters and shit. John Waters, Malcolm McDowell, Ray Wise from Twin Peaks, and Richard Bates Jr., really cool guy. He's when I reviewed this film about a year ago, he complimented me and he was like, "Yeah, thanks for the kind words about the film." And when I reviewed his most recent movie, Suburban Gothic, he thanked me for the kind words on that one as well. Although Suburban Gothic isn't quite as good as Excision, I will still stand by the statement that I think he's a pretty cool guy. And the short film that he made that this is based on is also very, very good. But it doesn't have the same kind of style as this one. But anyway, guys, that is it for this Blu-ray, DVD, comic book, VHS, action figure, fucking, I don't know, collection update. I've had quite a busy week uploading shit. This is Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews, signing off. Peace.